this week, I'm going to talk about why it's not only important to recognize that you make a mistake, but to also understand how you make the mistake and why you made the mistake. Okay. And I am going to draw from an example of my conversation that I had with my daughter, Mia. She's 9 years old. And she was having a hard time understanding a certain math question. And she was taught how to solve that math problem. And I wanted to test her to see if she had a true understanding why she made the mistake the first time and how come she made the mistake and how to avoid the mistake. All right. So I tested her with exactly the same question. All right. So I referenced the most recent test that she got the question wrong, and the teacher had taught them how to solve that problem. And she made exactly the same mistake. That tells me that even though she was taught to recognize that mistake, she was also taught how to solve the mistake, but she wasn't taught the process of thinking through why she made that mistake in the first place. So if you don't know the root of the reason how you committed that mistake in the first place, it is very difficult for you to avoid making the same mistake. Okay. And I went through the whole exercise with her, and then she explained. So I asked her, what's the thought process? Why did you make this particular mistake? And then she told me that, oh, she assumed this sentence meant this thing. And then therefore she was under the assumption of a completely different assumption, and she made the mistake. So, and I'm thinking in a business terms, we tend to do the same thing as well in relationship as well, right? Let's just talk about relationship and just veer off a little bit. Like some of you, and I'm going to say, regardless whether it's man or woman, okay, that you know that going after a bad boy is a mistake, all right? Because especially if you want to have a family, you want to have family and have children, and this bad boy image, okay, or those men that you are attracted to, they do not want to settle down, but you are drawn to them. You kept wanting to be with them, and then hoping that they will change and want to settle down and have a family with you, right? But it never seemed to happen. But why did you keep making that mistake? Right? You have to understand that the end goal is not aligned. Your end goal and your actions are not aligned. Why do you keep making the mistake of wanting to be with someone who does not want to settle down? Is it because this bad boy or this bad girl, right? Being with them boosts your self-esteem that you can attract a very attractive looking partner and make you feel more worthy? Or the certain things that this person make you feel that you are constantly attracted to this toxic relationship? So you have to think about that. All right. So let's talk about from the business point of view. All right. So if you hire a social media manager, okay, and you realize that it has not done anything to your business, or let's say a sales manager, okay, a salesperson, because it's easier to give an example, okay? So but the thought process is the same. So you hire a sales manager, okay, a salesperson to do sales for you, and you realize after 3 months, 6 months, this person is not producing the result that you want, okay? And you just decide to like, okay, you know what? It's costing you too much money. It's costing me too much money. So I'm going to just fire you and hire another one. And then this kept happening. All right. The next person you hire also underperform. And so you just keep repeating the process to the point that you're so fed up, you decide to do sales yourself. You do not want to do sales anymore. Now, the question is it true that the person that you hire is not good, that they are underperforming? You immediately assume that it's a mistake to hire somebody. Okay? You assume that it's a mistake to hire somebody. So number one, you recognize making a mistake. But is this truly a mistake? Or the mistake is you recognize that you hire the wrong person. Okay? Hiring is not a mistake. Hiring the wrong person is a mistake. So you must learn to differentiate what exactly is the true problem here. What exactly is the mistake here? That's the first step to growth. Okay. And I'm going to talk a little bit, like this is like investment, right? Investing your marketing dollars. Last episode, I talked about how to measure the ROI of your investment. So this is almost like a continuation. So is it a mistake to hire people, to build a team? Absolutely not. But it could be a mistake to hire that person. So you need to recognize that. And in order to know whether was it a mistake to hire that person, you have to do your homework. So you have to recognize, you have to see, you have to ask yourself, okay, why? Like how was this mistake made? Okay, how was this mistake made? This particular person, you hire this person and you realize that, oh my God, okay, this is not the right person that I should hire. Then you admit that you hired the wrong person. Number one, that's step number one. You admit that you hired the wrong person. Then you have to ask yourself, why? Why do you say that this is the wrong person? Why did you say that this is a mistake? This person is the wrong person to hire. Why? Well, obviously, because they did not perform. Okay? So you have to ask yourself, did they perform? Why is this a mistake? Because they did not perform. They did not hit the matrix that you gave to them. They did not produce the sales that you gave to them. And then you have to start thinking, why did they not? Why did they not produce? Is it you as a leader did not give them a measurable KPI, key performance index, or a roadmap, or instruction, or training? That's why they did not perform. Or you did give them all these resources, you check in with them, you had conversations with them, you did role play with them, you gave them whatever they need to succeed, and yet they did not perform. So you have to ask yourself this question, right? So first, you recognize that you hire this person, this is the wrong person to hire. Then you have to ask yourself why you say that this is the wrong person to hire. And that's when you dig deep, okay? Well, because they did not perform. Why did they not perform? Did you give them the resources? If you did and they did not perform, okay, then yes. So the firing is justified, okay? Releasing this person is justified. But if you realize that, oh, I did not do my best as the leader to give them the resources, I did not check in with them, I did not give them the roadmap to how to achieve this goal, then it's also your responsibility. So it may not be that he is the wrong person or he or she is the wrong person. You did not do your job as a CEO of the company. So you have to go into that path and do this kind of evaluation, okay, and assessment. Now, if you find out that, okay, you did do your part and they did perform or they didn't perform, okay, they didn't perform or you didn't do your part, that's why they didn't perform. Now, the third thing that you have to think about is how did you make this mistake, right? Why? Like, how did you make this mistake of hiring this person? If you have done your due diligence in training them, giving them the resources, and yet they still did not perform, how did you make this mistake of hiring this person, okay, in the first place? What made you decide to hire this person in the first place? What was the mindset behind it when you hired this person? Okay. Was there signs that this person was showing that you did not acknowledge? Or did you hire in a hurry? Okay. Did you hire in a hurry that, oh my God, I'm drowning. I cannot handle all these leads coming in, or I'm in a desperate mode. I need people to go get me some more business. So you hire in a desperate moment, you hire in a hurry, and you did not do your due diligence in really assessing if this person is a good match to your company, to your philosophy, to how you want them to perform. Did you ask the right question? Did you let them understand the role? Did you let them understand your expectation? All this could boil down to you were in a desperate moment. You do not want to do the task anymore. Therefore, you will just hire anybody who say yes to your compensation package, and and they may not be the best person for your job. So in this scenario, you recognize the mistake that, okay, this person is not performing. I'm going to fire this person. So it's a mistake to hire this person. Then you have to ask yourself, why is it a mistake to hire this person? Because they did not perform as how I want them to perform. And then you have to ask yourself, is it their fault or is it my fault as a CEO? And then if it is not your fault that they were given all the resources, then you have to ask yourself, how come I hired this person, right? Was I hiring in a hurry? Was I hiring in a desperate mode because I don't want to do this anymore? So when you go through this whole thought process, the next time you hire a salesperson, you will be a little bit more aware of the criteria. You will be a little bit more conscientious in assessing your own thought process on when to hire, never hire in a hurry, and also on the attributes that you should be looking out for when you hire this person, okay? This particular role, what are the attributes? And also you as a leader, how you should be leading this particular person performing this particular role, okay? This role. So that's why I said that when in business, you said that it was a mistake, okay, to invest in a coach. All right. You have to ask yourself all these questions. So let's just use another example. And I'm sure many of you can resonate with this, okay? Especially during COVID, 2020, 2021, 2022. Even now, many of us are investing in our marketing dollars on a coaching program, okay? Having a mentor, having a coach, or buying a course. And then you say, it is a waste of money. It is a mistake to invest in that. Wow. Why? Why did you say it's a waste of money? And you shouldn't have done that. Why? The most obvious reason is, well, because I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't make any money. I hired this coach or bought this course that says that's going to teach me how to get business. I didn't close any deal. Well, then the question is it really a mistake? The act of investing a coach or the act of buying a course, is that act a mistake, or how you utilize what you bought is a mistake because you did not show up, you did not do what you're supposed to do, you were not consistent in executing what your coach or the course asked you to do. So was the mistake the act of investing in that coach or buying that course? Or the mistake is you did not utilize the material and the resources given to you to the extent that it should be used, and you did not see the result. So you have to ask yourself, okay? So you recognize the mistake that, it's a waste of my money. You recognize that mistake, but then you have to ask yourself, what exactly is the mistake? Okay? Once you recognize the mistake, then you have to ask yourself, what exactly was the mistake? So in this case, you recognize that, it wasn't the act of investing in that course or the coach. The mistake was I did not utilize it like how it should be utilized. That was the mistake. Then the next thing you have to ask yourself, you cannot just stop there, because if you just stop there, you will repeat the same mistake. The next question that you have to ask yourself is, why did I not utilize the course or the coaching program or the resources like how it's meant to be utilized? You have to ask yourself that. Why? Why didn't I use it the way it's supposed to be used, or take advantage of the resources that comes with the coaching program or the course? Then once you understand why you did not utilize those resources, such as I have a lack of time. I simply do not have the time. I'm in the stage of my life that I have to take care of my elderly parents, or I'm a new mom, or I'm battling some illness, or there's so much work going on, too many projects going on at work. I simply do not have the time or energy to work on this side hustle. Okay? Or you're a full-time CEO, you bought, maybe the resources were beyond, or were not at the resources given is not at the right stage of your business. It could be too advanced, or it could be too elementary. Okay. Or, it didn't help you move forward. It could be like overwhelming of information, or it could be this information you already know. That means if it's this information or this overwhelming information, that means this content, so it may not be you. You will actually have the time and the energy to invest in learning, implementing, but the materials that you bought or the resources that you have is not applicable to you at this point in your business, and you have a hard time understanding the whole concept. So now you understand that was the reason that is a mistake to invest, and this is the reason why. Next time when you invest again, so do not be shy to make that same air quote mistake, because next time you will be more aware. You will be like, if let's say you're at the stage of your life that you simply cannot invest any more time to work on your business, then you realize that, okay, I just want to say something as well. There's never a perfect time to start a business. There's a better time, but never a perfect time. Okay. So you can start anytime. Like for me, I can do it anytime. But of course, if I pick a better time, I will produce tenfold versus fivefold. All right. So you need to have the discipline to understand that. Okay. So whatever the case, if you realize that you simply do not have that extra ounce of energy because you're a new mom, or you have too many commitments going on at this time, right? Then you say that, oh, I'm going to do it after the summer when the kids are back in school, then it will be a better time. Then you need to be intentional after the summer. That's when it's a better time, and there's no more excuse. Okay. No more excuse of distraction. So when you invest the next time, you cannot say that, okay, there's too many distraction. No, you cannot say that anymore. All right. So if you also realize that, oh, the thing that I bought, the coach that I invest in is too advanced for me, or the materials that I bought is too elementary for me, next time when you invest in a coach or a material, you will do a due diligence. You will start looking at, okay, is this applicable to where I am in my business right now? Can I easily consume the content and implement? And my problem is I cannot hold myself accountable. Does this program or course comes with a life support that can push me and hold me accountable? So you make the mistake. You say you make the mistake of investing. You recognize that. And then you have to identify what exactly is the mistake. What was the repercussion? Okay, what was the repercussion of investing that? And then what caused that repercussion? So now next time when you invest again, you will think through all this. Okay, you will think through all these questions, so you do not make the same mistakes. So I thought that it was interesting when I was going through this with my daughter, going over something, her reading comprehension, right? She's struggling a little bit with some type of reading comprehension, like informational text. She has a hard time. I don't understand why. It's just information. So just quote the information when you're answering the reading comprehension question. But it is like, I realized that when the question is asked a certain way, she could not comprehend. Mind you, my daughter is extremely bright. She's in the gifted program. And, like she scored extremely high in the gifted test that is not 100% related to academic, but in some way, shape, or form is how you decipher information. But it's very interesting to see how her brain function. Okay, when she was in third grade, her reading is way surpassed a lot of her friends, and her math was a little bit behind her reading, but still at a very high score. This year in fourth grade is the opposite. Her math way surpassed her reading. So I guess at different stage of the development, they have different strengths. They just keep switching around. But whatever the case, she is not as good when it comes to doing informational text. It's just the way, like I immediately recognize that. First, I recognize that she doesn't do very well. Okay, why? Like what are the mistakes that kept happening? Then when I saw that the mistakes that she kept making when reading comprehensional text, and then I asked her the thought process, why is this mistake like this all the time? And then she tells me she interpret this question this way, and this is how she go find the answer. That's when I realized that that's where the mistake is. So I had to correct her. And it just sort of inspired me that, oh my God, we do that too in our own business, right? We hire in a hurry and we kept making that same mistake. But we have to ask yourself, why? Why did we hire in a hurry? Is it because of our desperation that I need someone now, I cannot do it all, or you simply hate the task that you're doing and you just want to delegate, okay? So when you hire in this kind of mode, it's never going to pan out, all right? And then if you hire at the right time and they still don't perform, then you have to ask yourself, what happened? Okay, it's the right person, but why are they not performing? Is it because you are not a good CEO? Sometimes a business owner may not equally be the same a good CEO. You may be a creative brain, but you may not be a good leader. Then perhaps it's time to seek help on how to be a good leader. Get a coach to guide you on the responsibility of a CEO, and then narrow down and work on your weakness so that you can be a better leader. So hopefully this session today give you some insight on how to recognize a mistake. That's step number one. And is the mistake actually a real mistake? Okay, like don't just go surface level. Like, why is it a mistake? Give some concrete evidence, right? Why is this a mistake? And then how is this mistake made so that you recognize the mindset behind it, the thought process behind it when you make that mistake, so you don't repeat that same mistake again. All right, so time for a CTA, a call to action. Now, if you at a point in your business right now that you are not making any mistakes, okay? Maybe because you are a perfectionist and you want to get everything perfect. If you want to get everything perfect, then you don't take action. You do a lot of prep work, okay? And you don't take any action to create a result because you're constantly in the prep zone. The reason why that happens is you could be a perfectionist, or you're a control freak, okay? Or you may not have a sounding board on talking to somebody. Am I doing this correctly? So you're afraid to make a mistake, all right? What I want you to know that if you don't make mistakes, you will never grow. And if you're early stage of your business, these mistakes are cheap, okay? It doesn't cost you a lot of money. When I say a lot of money, we're talking about high 5 figures, 6 figures, okay? So you're still at an early stage. So you don't have a lot of money to coming in. So you don't have a lot of money to lose in the first place, right? It could be just losing your capital. So if you are in that zone of wanting to prep, and never taking actions to actually execute an action to create a result that you can evaluate whether, oh, is this the right thing to do or is that a mistake? Then you will never grow. okay? Because you may not have the community to support you. You may not have the resources to support you. So if you don't have the resource to support you, I want you to go to the show notes, okay? Go to the show notes and check out our business kickstart bundle. That's the 24 course for $24. So you know that you are learning from somebody because I put all this together myself, all right? And I have people in the events field, event planners, designers, decorators who bought this, and it was very easy to consume this information. So this is good for people who are just starting out or they started already and not seeing any momentum. It could be that. So it's perfect for this group of category of entrepreneurs where you don't know how to start, you don't know where to start, you don't know what information is correct in the YouTube world, okay? And you want to learn from somebody who has been through and done that, okay? Or you started already, but you're not seeing any trajectory. So you want to reevaluate, rebrand. This is perfect for you. So go check out the show notes, all right? Click on the link to find out what this 24 course bundle includes. It's what we call the business kickstart bundle. It has like 6 core pillars. We talk about pricing, we talk about sales, we talk about mindset, we talk about productivity, we talk about marketing, etc., etc. So concrete videos, templates, role play, and you even see me in action that I actually did a sales call. So you can see how I close a sale, all right? How to create a digital portfolio, etc., etc. So check it out. So you know that you're learning from somebody who has a proven result and it's easy to consume and implement, and it even has option of a live support if you know that you need that. So check it out. Don't forget to give me a rating, a review, and to subscribe or to share my podcast or this YouTube video to anyone that you think is going to be is beneficial for them to watch or to listen. I'll talk to you again next week.